Tensions between Gorgas and Denovia steadily increased between 2006 and 2009. In August 2009, the Denovian president accused Gorgas of anti-Denovian activities. He expressed concern over the Gorgan bid to join both the European Union and NATO. As tensions grew, Denovia began to expand its military capabilities. Despite the Denovian president's concerns, the cooperation between NATO and Denovia was at a historic high. This changed in 2012. Denovia heatedly protested NATO's proposed missile defense shield. The Denovian Chief of Staff announced that Denovia would take preemptive action using destructive force if this expansion of the missile defense system continued. Throughout the first half of 2013, Denovia increased the number and frequency of its military drills. Denovia made plans to hold over 500 drills, some to be conducted with foreign countries, including Gorgas. Denovian leaders continued to modernize and expand its military. Modernization efforts included the purchase of Tornado G multiple rocket launchers and Iskander M tactical missiles. Expansion efforts included a plan to increase Denovia's armed forces to nearly 1 million by 2020. The government planned to accomplish this by adding 40 brigades. Denovia continued to oppose Gorgas's EU aspirations and pressured Gorgan leaders to join the Denovian-led customs union. Gorgas refused to join, and Denovia retaliated by implementing new export measures. These export measures caused Gorgas to lose approximately $2.5 billion by the end of 2013. In late October 2013, Denovia conducted a large-scale wargame with China that included a joint amphibious assault drill. 2 Chinese frigates visited a Denovian naval base in the Black Sea before beginning the exercise. This participation was a first for China. Also, in late October 2013, Denovia prepared for a joint exercise with Limaria, its ally to the west. This exercise caused considerable concern amongst the Baltic states. Denovia confirmed that the exercise involved up to 20,000 troops, precision air and missile strikes, and a notional nuclear attack on Warsaw, Poland. Throughout late 2013 and early 2014, Gorgan citizens became increasingly dissatisfied with the government authorities. This reopened a long-standing divide between the east and west regions of Gorgas. Eastern Gorgas supported the Denovian Customs Union, whilst Western Gorgas supported the EU. In early 2014, as EU integration for Gorgas and its neighbour to the southwest, Atropia, grew closer, Denovian rhetoric against the two countries increased. Denovian leaders warned that EU integration would be a grave mistake. Denovia announced improvements to the infrastructure at its military sites in Limaria. Denovia planned to expand the site's capabilities by providing Limaria with 4 new S-300 air defense systems. In March 2014, the Gorgan president responded to Denovian political and economic pressure. He announced that Gorgas was suspending its proposed plan for EU integration. The decision prompted condemnation in Gorgas and throughout Europe. However, individuals in Eastern Gorgas and its Crimean parliament supported the president's decision and called for greater cooperation with Denovia. In contrast, Western leaders voiced their opposition to the Gorgan president, and massive protests erupted throughout Western Gorgas and its capital, Kiev. To ensure cooperation, Denovia provided Gorgas with a $15 billion loan to stave off impending financial collapse. Pro-government segments of the Gorgan population viewed the loan positively, but anti-government and international responses were skeptical about Denovia's motivations for providing the bailout. Tensions between NATO and Denovia over the NATO missile defense shield increased. The Denovian president stated his country planned to strengthen its regional air defense network in Limaria. As a show of solidarity with their Slavic fraternal brothers, Denovia confirmed the joint exercise Osvobodjenia with Gorgas and Limaria in May. When Denovian soldiers entered the country for the Osvobodjenia exercise, eastern regions welcomed them, but as they advanced to the west, hostility increased. Hostility towards the Denovian soldiers reached a height near the Polish border in the Lviv region. Denovian forces positioned themselves throughout Gorgas in time for exercise Osvobodjenia to start on May the 29th. The Denovians conducted their exercise with the intent of occupying Gorgas. On June the 1st, the Denovian president announced that Gorgas would remain under Denovian control until the establishment of an interim pro-Denovian government. At the same time, the Denovian government ordered the invasion of the Baltic states by Denovian and Limarian troops. In response to Denovia's actions, NATO member nations invoked the principle of collective defense. This principle, found in Article 5 of the Washington Treaty, states that an armed attack against any one NATO ally shall be considered an attack against all NATO allies and calls for collective defense by NATO members. NATO deployed the Allied Rapid Reaction Corps and Eurocorps along the borders of Kaliningrad, Limaria, and Gorgas to prevent Denovia's further incursion into Western Europe. To the south, Romania, the Slovak Republic, and Hungary mobilized and occupied defensive positions along Gorgan and Atroprian borders. Germany and Bulgaria mobilized all national units not assigned to the Euro Corps or Allied Rapid Reaction Corps. The Czech Republic recalled its units from Afghanistan in order to mobilize remaining forces. Currently, European forces express confidence that they can repel any Danovian attempt to further invade NATO territory. However, they do not have the military capability to re-establish pre-war borders and protect their nations. The United States, as a NATO member, is obligated to use military force to restore and maintain the security of its NATO allies. 3 U.S. Corps is designated as Joint Task Force East. It consists of 1st Cavalry Division and 3rd Infantry Division. These divisions have deployed into theatre to coordinate with European forces.
The Danovian Southern Army has deployed the 80th and 81st Divisional Tactical Groups and the 3283rd Special Forces Brigade to western Gorgas. In 1st Cavalry Division's initial AO is the 820th Separate BTG at Lutsk, and in the subsequent AO are the 811th BTG at Kostopol, the 814th Tank Brigade at Zhytomyr, the 812th BTG at Korostin, and the 813th BTG co-located with the 81st Divisional Tactical Group at Malin. In 3rd Infantry Division's initial AO is the 850th BTG at Lviv, and in the subsequent AO are the 801st BTG at Ternopil, the 802nd BTG at Vinnytsia, the 804th Tank Brigade at Berdichev, and the 803rd BTG co-located with the 80th Division Tactical Group at Biletserkva. NATO forces will apply all means necessary to re-establish pre-war international boundaries, restore the security and stability of NATO, and support the well-being of citizens.